What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making her debut on the channel tonight, we have Patricia Barber. Yes, indeed. How about that? Patricia Barber making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Arthur Ogus, and this is actually Arthur's prioritized request for the month of October for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Arthur. Hope you enjoy the show. Arthur wanted to see me react to this song by Patricia Barber called Scream. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by RTL, okay? And the video has 4,500 views. Well, there you go. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Patricia Barber, Scream in Live Dans l'Heure du Jazz. So RTL. Just gotta put RTL in there 3 times, huh? All right, sure, whatever. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
When Sunday finally comes and God isn't there, scream. The farmer's work is done, but the rain isn't there.
The major resolution. Nice.
Scream. Investment bankers won, but the money isn't there. Scream. The soldier ass is gone, but the war isn't won. thought it would be. Post enlightenment free. Just as the sun will set, we will pay our debt.
Okay, so now the song's actually really starting to kick in now. The intro was nice. Don't get me wrong, the intro was nice. I see the reasoning behind it. If I'm being honest, I do feel like the intro may have gone a little bit long. She probably could have taken one of the phrases out. But what was done within that intro was very nice. Her piano playing, very articulate. Great use of dynamics in the piano playing, especially within the right hand. Very a soft legato approach with the left and with the right as well for the most part. But there were also a number of times where the right hand would go up on the keys and she got very staccato with it, and not just staccato, but bringing up the dynamics with that crescendo as she went up as well. A lot of accent work, a lot of hard accent work on the right hand, in stark contrast to what was happening with the left. So I like that. Vocally, she did a great job with her delivery on the vocals. Great mic awareness, not singing directly into the mic. Quite often, she had her head completely turned at a 90-degree angle to really kind of help emphasize the usage of dynamics and really help reinforce it. Not just from a volume standpoint, but from an attack standpoint as well. So you wouldn't, like, if she was hitting those hard consonants with her head turned away, you wouldn't get that hard consonant impact on the microphone. So that was nice. It was very smart. Very, very smart. Now that the song's kicking in, let's see what's going to happen here. Let's get back into this.
We thought it would be post enlightenment free, just as the sun will set, we will pay our debt. speak as one. God will be there.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Not really a lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the pause. It pretty much covered everything I needed to talk about. So, we may have a short review here. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Patricia Barber with Scream. This was a request from Arthur Ogus. And this was actually Arthur's prioritized request for the month of October for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Arthur. Hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to talk about that I did not talk about during the first pause. So I'm just going to hit some bullet points, and hopefully we'll call it a day. We'll keep this one short. We'll have to wait and see, though, because, you know that doesn't always, it always doesn't work out. But let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.6. Yep, 8.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, an 8.6. What does that mean? Well, an 8.6 would translate to a great skill rating because overall, I think this was a great song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A letter grade. Yeah, an A. So there you go, an 8.6, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay. I'm going to break this up into 3 sections here. I'm going to start, well, technically 4. So I'm going to start with the supporting characters. I'm going to start with the backing band, okay? The guitar player, the bassist, and the drummer. I think they all did a fine job. I absolutely do. I think everything that they did was spot on. I don't have any issue with anything that any one of them did. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about the bassist? Don't you think the bass was a little loud in the mix? Normally, I would say yes, but that was done on purpose. That was absolutely done on purpose as a counter melodic line to what was happening within her vocals. So I have no problem with him being up in the mix above everybody else because he was the only one that was doing anything in congruency with her vocals. So if it had been the guitar player doing the counter melodic line, then he would have been the one that was up in the mix, but it was the bassist. So, which I thought was really cool, actually. I'm being a bass player myself. I know I'm a little biased, but at the same time, what he played and how he played it was just fine. I mean, it complemented her vocal work exactly the way that it was intended to, as a counter melodic line. So I got no issue with anything that he did. Same thing can go for the drummer, same thing can go for the guitar player. I like how the guitar player, when the song started, when the song actually kicked in, it was the guitar with that swell, and as the song ended, the guitar came out with that decrescendo as well. That was really nice. Very tastefully done. Second thing I want to talk about, her piano playing. If I'm being honest, it was well done. I have heard better piano playing. I've heard more impressive piano playing. And I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like her piano playing could have been, how should I say this, showcased a little bit more. I feel like there was more attention put on her vocal work than there was in her piano work, which is a shame because from what I could hear of her piano playing, I get the feeling that she's capable of way more. I get the feeling that she's capable of a lot more when it comes to her piano playing. I feel like she was, for the sake of the song, she kind of handcuffed herself when it came to the piano playing. She really, to me anyway, it seemed like she was really kind of holding back. And I get it for the sake of the song. I understand. I get the feeling the song is really kind of geared more toward her vocal delivery than it is her piano playing, which is, like I said, I get it, I see it, I understand it, but at the same time, I really wish we could have seen a little bit more of her piano playing and what she's actually capable of when it comes to her piano playing. Vocally, that was the highlight. Absolutely, the vocal work was the highlight of the show here. Between her delivery, her range, her sustain, her pitch control, and her mic awareness. I think she did an outstanding job with the vocal work. Absolutely the highlight, without question. That last note that she sustained for, I didn't count the seconds. I probably should have, but I wasn't ready for it. By the time she got about like 4 or 5 seconds in, I was already like, oh, okay, we're doing one of these. Too late to start the timer now, but it was a good amount of time. And it sounded to me like she held that pitch very steadily. And like I said, the mic awareness, turning the head a complete 90 degrees away from the mic to save the mic from those hard consonants. Very smart. I got no issue with it whatsoever. It's a gripe. It is a gripe. My only gripe about the song is this, and I know this is, I'm going to be the first to admit, guys, this is nitpicking, okay? I absolutely will acknowledge that this is nitpicking. We had a 6-minute long song. Over half of it was intro, okay? 3.5 minutes of intro, 2.5 minutes of song. I really kind of wish it had been the other way around. I wish it had been 2.5 minutes of intro, 3.5 minutes of song. I think that would have made a lot more sense. I do feel like the intro did get a little long in the tooth. I do feel like it got, to the point where it's like, okay, maybe we could have lost a phrase. Just cut, one of those phrases out, and it would have made a lot more sense.
So that's nitpicking, isn't it?
But like I said, guys, I understand this is nitpicking. I get it, but I'm giving you my honest thoughts and my honest opinions. So, anyway, overall, really nice job. A great debut on the channel, without question. She definitely has some pipes, and she can play her piano. I hope in the future, if we do more from her, we see a little more from the piano playing that she's capable of doing. Because like I said, I have a feeling she's capable of way more. So we'll see. We'll even see if she even comes back on the channel again. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, 8.6. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.6, which is a great skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and an A letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.